to Nara's Pilates. Today's workout is going to be a full body Pilates routine. It's around about mid-level, although there will be plenty of variation and options to modify with prompts with regards to if you've got any issues. Always listen to your body, listen to anything painful. It's not supposed to be painful, uncomfortable maybe if you're a bit tight, so just making sure you know the difference between the two. If there's any acute or very new injuries, this isn't appropriate for anything like that. For this session, you do need at least one block. 2 would be helpful, just for one of the exercises, but I'll give you an option if you don't have that. Okay, so let us set up. I shall put a little timer on. And we're going to start up on the feet. Just let's get into a good standing position, bring a little bit more awareness into how we hold ourselves. So heel of the foot into the arch of the foot, spin it round, and we've got the ankles underneath the knees, underneath the hips. Pull the toes up off the mat, and we're going to rock backwards and forwards through the 3 points in the feet. Underneath the big toe, the little toe, and the heel of the foot. As we move through, we're noticing how it feels. Are we a little bit more dominant in one leg? Do we find coming forwards a little bit more daunting? And then gently rock it out until you come to what you feel is the middle, and spread the toes down. So noticing, are you weight bearing a little bit more on one leg? Do you tend to lock your knees out? Just starting to think a little bit more how we hold ourselves. So that's going to help you with the exercises and also day-to-day activities. So if we connect to the mat, we're going to feel those feet grounding in. We're aware of how we're standing. We're going to lift up. Continue the lift and just gently soften the knees up through the thighs. Pelvic bones, place the hands into a diamond shape, and we're just going to rock backwards and forwards nice and gently until you come to a middle ground into your neutral position. Up through the torso. Let's roll the shoulders up, back and down, opening through the chest, up through the throat, through the head to the top of the ceiling. So we're going to feel lengthened from the arches of the feet. Held but not forced. Now let's focus more on the breath. Deep breath in through the nose. Relax the shoulders and engage the core. Draw the tummy in. Inhale. And as you exhale, through pursed lips, you're making that breath a little bit longer. Deep breath, relaxing and working into the bases. Good. Okay, we're going to come to the back end of the mat. This is where you just want the blocks to one side, so you've got them handy. So feet hip distance, lengthen from the arches. Take a deep breath in, little bend in the knees, tuck the chin in, head forwards, round out the shoulders, and the body weight is going to come forwards into the foot. Relax the head completely, take a deep breath in at the bottom, and then exhale as you come back up. So the head's going to be the last thing to come up. You're drawing the tummy in, the knees are soft, so you're not locking the knees out. And imagining you're restacking and rebuilding the spine, but you're going to place a little bit of air in between each vertebra, all the way to the top of the head, to the ceiling. Deep breath in. Again, so the exhale to the whole of the roll down. And again, we're imagining we're rolling over something. So not trying to bring the head forwards towards the shins, we're bringing weight into the foot, the front of the foot. Inhale. And then exhale. And as you're coming up, the head is going to stay tucked in. You're drawing the tummy in. You're using the breath. Exhale all the way. Shoulders and then head. 2 more like this. So this is a great exercise to just start to check in on how your body's moving, how your spine's moving. What are the hamstrings saying? If you're really tight here, just bend the knees a little bit more. Let the head relax. Deep breath. And then exhale and coming up. Lift up, hollowing through, all the way up, shoulders and head. So this next time we're not going to come up, we're going to stay in the roll down. Breathing out all the way here. So here's a good chance to use 1 to 2 blocks. If you don't have the blocks, you can hold on to your shins, okay? So bend the knees a little bit more. We're going to inhale. And as we exhale, you're going to stick the bottom out and you're going to bring the chest up. Now if you have got the blocks, you might need to have the blocks a little bit higher, especially if you're tight in your hamstrings and or your back. Looking up, and then you're going to gently round out the shoulders. Everything's going to come back down. And again. So exhale. And inhale, forward fold. So this is a really great exercise to target that thigh back, up and round again. And of course, hamstrings, if you're tight here, you're going to feel it. The more you bend the legs, the easier it should be. Take a little bit of the stress off. Okay, forward fold. We're going to allow ourselves, so if you can touch the mat, great. If not, blocks are really handy. Bend the right leg, straighten the left leg, and swap. So we're just starting to work on increasing and keep swapping the stretch through the hamstrings. And again. Good. One more each leg. Make sure you finish on the opposite leg to which you began. And then gently relax. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. We're going to walk the hands forwards. Now, if you can't quite manage to walk the hands forwards, you can drop to the knees. Hands come down. Tuck the toes under. So find that high plank. Then we're going to come up in a downward facing dog. So enough space between the hands and the feet. So remember, this is not what the aim is. The aim is to have a lift from the palms, rotate the elbows, create a space through the spine and lift the tailbone up. Now if that means you need to bend the knees and hold the position like this, that is absolutely fine. And as you become a little bit more flexible, you can then increase the leg straighten. But until then, just work on the spine and bend the knees, because what you don't want is this position. If that's what's happening, you need to bend the knees, lift the hips and work right through. Okay, so a couple more breaths here. And gently start to walk the dog. So I'm going to push the left heel down and then swap. And again, it's just another way of targeting the posterior chain. So that just means the back of the body. Pushing down. And we're still pushing from the palms, so we've got connection to the mat. Lifting the tailbone up. Let's just do one more, each leg. Finish again on the opposite side to which you began. And then both together. And if you have been struggling with your hamstrings, see if you can gently straighten those knees a little bit more, but no pressure. Okay, we're going to take the left leg forwards. Now, you can drop down to the knees, step it forwards like so. Whatever you do, make sure the front foot is flat, the knees 90 degrees. So what I mean by that is it's not doing any of this, okay? So we've got a good position. We're going to place the hands either side, and again, this is really handy if you struggle with that, having a block or two. Lift the back knee up, and then you're going to gently drop back down, and up, and down. So this is a good exercise to work on stability and strength, so that isometric strength in the front leg. And here we're working on active mobility of the hip, quad, and also just general strength. You're going to start to feel it in that quad, hopefully. Two more. Inhale down, exhale up. Good. Now if you can, we're going to bring the weight up. I'm going to do the same thing, down and up. That's really important that that knee doesn't roll in. So you've got to work on using the glutes. I'm going to do two more. Down and up. And last one. Good. And gently lower. See if we're going to step it back. Swap it again. So if you need to, drop to the knees. If not, you're going to try and step it through. Front foot flat. 90 degrees at the knees. Hands either side. And then we're going to gently drop and lift. Inhale and exhale. So this leg's probably going to fatigue a little bit quickly because it's already worked in the previous pose. Two more. Good. Now see if we can come up, and we're going to come down and back up. Remember, this front knee is thinking about position wise. Inhale down, exhale up. Two more. Good. Ooh. Hands either side, back we go. And then we're going again. Step the leg forwards. Hold it here. Feel that stretch in the hamstring, in the hip flexor. Good. And then gently lower down. So we're going to bring the hands together. I'm going to just turn so you can see this one from this direction. So we're going to take the hands, prayer position. And again, this knee is where you need to make sure that you're not pushing it in, because we're going to bring, if this is your left knee, we're going to bring the right elbow to the outside of the knee and look towards that back elbow. If that's too much, just go to where you can, hold it there and bring the weight forwards, okay? And then release, coming up, straighten the leg. Now, if you're really tight in the posterior chain, as soon as you come forwards, you're going to be like this. Squeeze those shoulder blades and push the hips back. So even if that is where you get to and you feel a stretch, that's fine. You listen to the body. You're only going to come forwards if you can. So if you're here, but this is where you're at, bring the body weight up, leg has to be straight. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good. And release. Gently tuck the knee back. Downward facing dog. Lift. Swap it over the last time. Right leg. Turn around again so you can see me. Foot flat on the mat. Make sure you've got your angles. Prayer position. Rotate and look. Good. Hold it there. And then release. Come back. Straighten up. Pull the toes up. Sometimes it's all about the balance. Push the hips back. Good. Nice. Squeeze and notice and compare. So the other side may have felt really good. And this side maybe not so much, or vice versa, or both pretty much the same. Alright, release. Okay. I'm going to come up onto the knees. And this exercise targets a few different areas. So hips, definitely, especially lengthen through the hip flexors. And a little bit in the lower back, especially if you have issues with those two together. So let's have the right leg underneath, left leg out to the side. So this leg, you'll notice straight away if it's flexed, if it's bent at the hip, you've probably got a bit of tightness there, so try and straighten through and lengthen here and activate the glute. Now the leg on the side, so the left leg, everything's facing forward, so you're not sitting like this at this point, okay? I'm going to push the hips forwards. Take the hands up, relax the shoulders, inhale. Draw the tummy in as we exhale, move away from center, inhale, come back. Exhale to the other side, so you're going to feel a stretch in that lower back. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale. So this is quite a challenging exercise, so make sure that you listen to your body. If you find it's too much, just don't go as far. Exhale. Good. Relax the shoulder, draw the tummy in. One more time. Good. Squeeze and then exhale. Nice and release. Okay, staying on this side. Come down, we're on the forearm. Legs are straight, ankles, knees, hips. In line, trying to lift the waist. So if we've got the hand here, try not to just hang off the shoulder. Create that lift. We're going to lift the top leg. This is challenging your abs, your balance, and the leg. So the glutes, down the thigh. We're going to kick it forwards. Bring the toes up as you bring the leg back. So you're going to point, breathe out, inhale, back. You can have fingertips in front, but not loads of weight, and white knuckles, so just light. So it might mean that you have to make the kick a bit smaller. So even this kick is fine if you've got hardly any weight here. And then as you start to work and build that balance and core, then you can start to go a little bit further. But if you're going like this and you're doing this, that's no good. It has to stay still above the waist. And the other thing is the shoulder, it's not counterbalancing. 2 more. Inhale back. Remember, lift out that waist, exhale, and then gently release. Give it a little roll. Roll forwards. Again, blocks handy. If not, rolled up towel or a cushion. Rest the forehead on the block. We're going to bend the knees and flex the ankles. And we're going to go one leg at a time to start. So we're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, squeeze the glute, lifting the knee off the mat. Inhale, lower. Exhale, other leg. Couple of pointers here. We're lifting the tummy away from the mat as we lift the leg. And we're not lifting like really high with the legs. We're just squeezing the glutes. So we're not doing this, okay? The hips are going to stay connected to the mat. Inhale, back down. Draw that tummy in. And again, let's just do 2 more each leg. Nice. Draw the tummy in towards the spine. Last one. And release. Okay, we're going to take the hands above the head. Thumbs are going to be up towards the ceiling. I'm going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift the arms up. Then we're going to come out under the cross. Inhale and gently return. So the breath out is the lift and coming out. And then we'll inhale as we return back to the mat. Keep those feet on the mat for this exercise. Working at the posterior shoulder, so the back of the shoulder into the upper back, and try and relax the jaw. We're going to do 2 more. Good. Last one. Good. And release. Okay. Come back up. And we're going to take the leg. So it's opposite leg now, so it should be your left leg. If you just did your left leg, please make sure you swap over. So we're going to find that middle, lengthen through, toes, knees, hips, facing forwards, hands behind the head. Inhale. Exhale over, inhale back. Exhale away, inhale back. And you'll find that one side probably feels a little bit easier. It may be as you're coming over to this side, it pinches a little bit. That tells you a little bit about the hip. Breathing out, inhale back, squeezing the shoulder blade, and again, listen to your body. So if it is pinching, just don't go as far, or you can miss out that side altogether. One more, each direction. Good. Exhale. Inhale, release. Okay, coming down, under the forearm, lift. Lift with the weights, looking down, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, they're all lovely stacked. Okay, we're going to lift the top leg. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, kick. Inhale, bring it back. So remember, everything above the waist is still, and this leg stays in line with the hip. If your kick is really far forward, but you've got fingers in front, let's take some weight out of those fingers. It just means make the kick a bit smaller. Get that strength. Lift, lift, lift. Breathing out. Inhale. Just 2 more. Good. And gently release. Give it a little rub. Come into the back. Okay. Right. Find that neutral pelvis. Imprint. Float the right leg. Then let's float the left leg. Knees are in line with the hips. Inhale, prepare. As we exhale, we're going to lift the head, neck and shoulders. If at any point you need to, you can place the hand behind the head. So we're going to exhale, straighten the right leg, gently lower. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, relax the neck. Inhale, back. So we're using the tummy, drawing it in towards the spine. The lower back should be on the mat now. As you take the leg away from the mat, if your back's wanting to arch, or you're finding that you're really pulling, or you're pushing your tummy up towards the ceiling, then just don't go as far, okay? It's all about ab control and lower back strength as well, okay? 2 more each leg. Last one. Good. Hook those knees in. Place the feet back down. Come back and imprint. Right leg, left leg, hands behind the head. This time we're going to come up. Right elbow, left knee. Inhale, gently lower. Exhale, other side. Inhale. So if you want to add on, you come up and the opposite leg gently lowers to the mat. Good. Now the fingertips are just light on the head, so you're not dragging the head up. And you're trying to imagine the rib and the hip coming to meet each other. 1 more each side. Good. Control. Nice. And gently lower. Knees in. Hands out on the cross. Knees to the right. Head to the left. Both shoulder blades. Keep them on the mat. Nice deep breaths. Fill the lungs. Back over to either side. Good. Okay. We're going to come up in the seated position. legs out. Now, if you sit in this position and your pelvis does this, a couple of options. Sitting on a block will help to give you that anterior tilt, so it'll help your pelvis tilt it forwards, and also just don't have the legs as wide, okay? Relax the shoulders, take a deep breath in. Exhale, reach to the right, that left hip stays on the mat. Over we go, inhale back. Relax the shoulders, exhale, over we go again. Good, draw the tummy in. Nice. Relax and engage. So we're thinking about the lower back, those muscles at the base, they get really tight. We often don't like this movement, especially with the legs in this position. Last time. Good, and gently release. If you can cross the legs, go for it. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. Relax the jaw, relax the body. Inhale. Exhale, release. Last time, deep breath. And then you're going to bring the hands together and you're going to give yourself a round of applause. Well done, good work. I hope you enjoyed that. And I would really appreciate any feedback, so come along to social media and find Nuria_Pilates, or feel free to message or comment and I'll be able to see it in the comments below. Thank you very much for joining in. I really appreciate your support. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.